Hi guys, it's the girl Mathilda, obviously, and today I'm actually just going to talk about everything. Like, every time I make a video, I have like a motive. I have something that I want to say. Either it's me talking about my breast augmentation, or I'm doing like an experiment, or I'm doing something fun. But this, like, today I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to talk to you, and yeah. This will be kind of like a life update. I will just like talk about everything that has happened for the last couple of weeks, months, so yeah. So sit down, get yourself a cup of coffee or a tea or something like that, and we can just like have a little chat. But yeah, before we get into the video, don't forget to follow me on my, my socials, fun time. Yeah. So for the last couple of weeks or like months, it's been kind of weird. Like, we can't lie. This has been a weird year, and it has been for me as well. Like, it has had its ups and downs. Everything that has happened has been kinda because of this pandemic. Like, in the beginning of this year, I came out to my followers and I thought that this year would be, my year. Like we all say, like 2020, it will be my year. And, but honestly, I have never thought that. I've never ever thought that about a year before, but I was really determined to make this my year, and I came out to my followers and I was really nervous and excited at the same time. And when it came out, I was met with a lot of love, and I wasn't really prepared for that amount of attention that it got. Like, I was invited to morning shows and newspapers here in Sweden wrote about it, and I was not really prepared for it to get it. I was not really prepared for it to be as big as it got. And then I, started doing YouTube, and yeah, like, it has been a very weird year. And then the pandemic happened. If you haven't noticed, there's a pandemic going around, and and like, it has been really, it was a setback. I mean, the pandemic has really affected like every one of us, obviously, and some more than others, and like for some people it has been life and that is something that we need to take into consideration. But like, for me, it hasn't really been like life and as it has been for some people. For me, it was just like everything just stopped, like career-wise. Like, I lost a lot of like collaborations and interviews and stuff like that. So career-wise, it was a setback. And I'm not saying that that is as bad as losing someone or having the disease, but I'm just like talking from my heart, what I've been through, and so on. So this year has been really weird, and I've tried to make the best of it. I've been trying to be as positive as I can, but it has been a very, as I've said multiple times, a weird year. And yeah, so that is something that has happened for me, at least. Like, my career has really taken a blow for the worst. But like, I've been getting up on my feet again, and my life is kind of like normal again. Like, in a sense, you can still feel the effects of the pandemic going around, because it is still going around. We shouldn't ignore that. We shouldn't just like go out again and live like normal, because it's not over. A lot of people still live their lives, and that is something that we need to think about. Because like, now when it's summer again, we kind of like, for some people it's like they forgot that there's a pandemic going around just because it's in the summer. And I kind of understand them. Like, we have been thinking about this for such a long time that it is easier to just forget. I mean, it's quite natural for people to start thinking about other things because they want to have a normal life again. But I think that we still need to think about that it's not over. Yeah, I haven't really talked about, you know, the pandemic on my channel that much. I've been kind of like ignoring it, like here on my channel. I wanted to have positive, you know, I wanted to have a positive and happy atmosphere, but, you know, for me, I've been thinking about it a lot since I know a lot of people lose their jobs and etc. And that is why I've, you know, for the last months, I haven't earned as much as I usually do. And it's like now it's kind of like normal. I mean, earning wise, and that is why I'm talking about it now, because I didn't want to talk about it when I was in it. So now when it's like normal again, I can talk about it. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I didn't want to be like negative Nancy and be like, oh my god. You know, I thought that my issues weren't as big as others. So, you know, I didn't really want to talk about it because a lot of people lose their lives and like lose their jobs. So I didn't want to be like, oh my god, I don't get like a lot of collaborations. Like, you know, I didn't want to be, you know, that person. So that is why I haven't talked about it as much as I maybe should have done, because I've seen a few comments being like, what do you think about this pandemic situation, and what do you think about like how Sweden is, like how Sweden is doing, because, you know, we haven't, you know, because Sweden hasn't really had, you know, a lockdown as a lot of other countries. I mean, we haven't been out, like the majority of people have self-isolated, so, you know, but the government didn't really put us in a lockdown, and I've seen a few comments about that, but I haven't really, you know, talked about it, so I thought that I should now. But yeah, so me and Christian, we self-isolated for maybe like 2 months, and we only went out when we were, you know, getting groceries and stuff like that, and or like in the, if we were, you know, going into the woods or something like that, like we avoided people as much as we could. But yeah, that is everything on that situation. And then I also want to talk about how everything has been after I made the, you know, the hate video, you know, that hate video where I talked about the hate that I receive on a daily basis. And after that video, I got so many emails and comments, and you guys are like the cutest. I love you, every single one of you, and I'm sorry that I haven't, you know, answered all of you. I'm sorry for that. I've seen your emails and DMs and comments, and you're seriously so nice, and I'm sorry if I haven't answered you, but like I get a lot of like emails and comments and so on, so, you know, sometimes it's like it's difficult to get back to every single one of you, but I'm really trying. But thank you guys so much for the love that I received after that video. However, I've also seen a spike in hate comments. I kinda figured that would happen. Like trolls and hateful people, when they see that you're like damaged goods, or when they see that you're like sad, they feel like they can just like swoop in and just like pick on you even further just because they want to see you, you know, sad. But that doesn't really happen for me. I mean, that hasn't really affected me, just because I made that video because I think it's like, I made that video because I think that it's awful for people to hate on another person. I think that just like up, excuse my language, but I just think that's kind of messed up. And I wasn't really, you know, that sad. I mean, I don't cry myself to sleep just because I get a few comments saying that I'm a boy or anything like that. That doesn't really affect me. I just made that video to really tell you guys that this is happening, that this is my life, that I get comments like this, and sometimes they are hurtful, but you know, for the most part, I can just like move on with my life. But yeah, that is something that has also happened. I've received more love and also more hate, so that video was kind of like, it actually like cancel each other out, I guess. But yeah, and then there's something else happening in my life that hasn't, you know, been happening just because like the pandemic. I'm actually having surgery. No, it isn't anything serious. Oh my god, it sounds so grim. It isn't anything serious. Like, I don't have any health issues or anything like that. I'm having a cosmetic procedure. I'm getting rid of my Adam's apple. When I transitioned, or when I did all of my surgeries, my surgeon told me that he didn't think that I should be getting rid of it just because it was so small and it can, you know, affect your voice and stuff like that, like negatively. So I was kind of like scared, so I just like didn't do it. Now, a lot of years later, I feel like I want to get rid of it. I hate it. I feel like a lot of people comment on it, like here on YouTube, and have a lot of gender dysphoria because of it. So I just want to get rid of it. I want to, you know, I want to be me. I just want to get rid of it, okay? I want to feel beautiful, and I can't really feel 100% beautiful if I have an Adam's apple. And I know that I will have a big scar. I've talked about my scarring, you know, on my breast augmentation videos. I've talked about that psoriasis really makes the scars worse. However, I don't care. I just want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of this gender dysphoria. I like, honestly, I'd rather have a big scar on my throat than have an Adam's apple. That is just like, that is the truth. I think a lot of girls would feel the same. And honestly, like 10% of cis girls also have a noticeable Adam's apple. If you didn't know that, I knew that. But so yeah, I just want to get rid of it. I think you can understand. But yeah, so I'm having a consultation in a few weeks, and then I'll have the surgery, and it has been postponed because of the, you know, the pandemic going around, but everything is getting back on track again. Yeah, so I'm just like waiting for the consultation to happen. But yeah, I think that was everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. I know that it has been, I don't know if you like these kind of videos. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you and tell you what has happened in my life for the last couple of months. And so I just wanted to pour my heart out, just have a little chat as friends. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, I guess. And if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon to get future notifications whenever I upload. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!